the best James Bond movies are the ones you haven't seen yet. And now that Netflix has made all 25 of the James Bond movies produced by Eon available to stream right now, it's time you learn that there probably isn't a single best James Bond movie, but there is a best James Bond movie for you. Like if you want to see his most grounded Cold War spy caper, well then that's From Russia with Love, which is only the second James Bond movie ever made and features one of the best villain performances by Robert Shaw, who you might recognize from the movie Jaws. Or if the most appealing thing about the character is the lighthearted camp, I have to recommend the gadget-filled star-crossed romance of The Spy Who Loved Me. Or maybe what interests you most is how James Bond has changed over the years and been influenced by other trends in media, in which case I recommend the wholly unique Live and Let Die, which was heavily influenced by the blaxploitation films of the 70s. Now, the most underwatched and underappreciated is easily The Living Daylights, which many consider to feature one of the most book-accurate castings in Timothy Dalton, and balances having one of the least memorable villains in the franchise with having some of the best romance and best adventure. Maybe you're really curious why James Bond is considered so cool in the first place. And what you want are iconic cars and girls and villains and lines of dialogue to get you understanding how this ever became such a big deal. Then you probably still haven't seen Goldfinger, the third James Bond movie ever made, easily the most revered film on the list, and the movie that launched the franchise into the stratosphere. Or what interests you the most is book accuracy and an origin story, in which case, how have you still not seen Casino Royale? You want to see how the franchise began and see James Bond distilled into his purest form. Then you might like the spy mystery that is the first movie, Dr. No. Before the gadgets, before a lot of the cliches we've come to know, an investigator first and foremost. Maybe you want to see something that blends the camp of the Roger Moore era with the badassery of Sean Connery. Well, then you have to watch the enormously fun and deeply unserious Diamonds Are Forever. Just know that prior to the Daniel Craig movies, this is the closest one to a direct sequel, but all you really need to know is at the beginning, he's on a mission of vengeance. Unfortunately, I'm pretty confident in saying the rest of the context really isn't relevant, but he did have all the time in the world. And if you watch this whole video thinking, I've never watched any James Bond movies, I don't know if I care about them, I just want a good blockbuster, then start with GoldenEye, which has some of the best action, the best characters, and a little bit of everything that makes the franchise fun.